magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the Cameras Los Angeles show in West Hollywood, and I'm here with director Bill Palmer with his movie Time Travel Through Time. Let's take a look at a clip.
Toasty, 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 toast.
Whatever, dude. Go nuts.
Deal.
Bill, congratulations on your film.
Thank you very much.
And if you can do specifically for this amazing film, tell us a synopsis of your film.
Okay, I think the official synopsis is before the invention of time travel, time travelers visit a guy who's never invented time travel to make sure he doesn't invent time travel. So as stupid as that sounds, that's the whole idea. Yeah.
So dare I say, where did your inspiration come? Was it time traveling? Or?
I think there's just such I'm a huge fan of the time travel genre, and I really do think it's a genre. It's pretty oversaturated, especially with you guys taking in short films.
Yeah.
I've noticed there's an absurd amount of short films that explore time travel.
Yeah.
And I love these films, but I'm always, even the best ones, when you start to dissect them, they don't make any sense whatsoever. Like the paradoxes are just too ridiculous. It's like, okay, so Marty McFly had to learn Chuck Berry's Johnny Be Good so he can go back in time, play Chuck Berry's Johnny Be Good, and then Chuck Berry's cousin calls him and says, you got to hear this song. Like, how does that make any sense?
It's very true. And that just became one of the biggest films of all time.
And it's great.
It's brilliant.
And like in Terminator, Kyle Reese has to go back, is sent back by old John Connor to impregnate his mom so he could be born. I mean, so those types of questions were well, if you just take that paradox and apply it to time travel itself, so you'd have to, so time travelers could maybe go back in time to teach someone how to invent time travel. So that was kind of the fun we wanted to have with that. Yeah.
Well, and you have so many elements and so many surprises. Like I said to you, I didn't even need coffee because there was so much energy going on the script.
Thank
I didn't
you.
want to take my eyes off of it. It was so entertaining. I mean, there was so many amazing elements in there, but some of the effects were just absolutely brilliant.
Thanks, man.
How do you incorporate, and how does that work for people that don't know, where you just got these incredible effects in there? It's fascinating.
I mean, I have zero special effects background or anything. I'm always really kind of pleasantly surprised and confused when people have told me they really like the effects. You're not the first one who says oh, the effects were really cool, and it's something I never thought about because most of them are almost junior high camera tricks with a little bit of extra, we'll throw a lens flare on it, and I do think we were able to just kind of, a lot of the guys disappearing and reappearing were just simple, shooting the effects, shooting plates and then cutting out frames and then adding different little flares and stuff, and then all the ridiculous props, the time machine and the guns and all that.
Time machine. I mean,
all homemade. I did all the props myself.
That's amazing.
So that was the toughest part of the shoot was weeks of me hanging out in a garage spray painting Nerf guns and breaking apart old hard drives and gluing them to a coffee machine.
Tough life, isn't it?
It was.
So what is next for you, Bill?
So next, the next thing I'm really excited about is I have a feature script that got selected for the Blacklist Table Reads podcast, which I don't know if you've heard of it, but essentially they pick 10 scripts a year to do a live, almost like a stage play version of your script, and they cast actors and do sound effects and music. So that is it's like an 80s style action movie about a renegade cop trying to stop the invention of the internet.
Wow.
Yeah, the internet is being invented by a group of anarchists who worship spiders. They're called the Black Widows, and they're trying to ensnare humanity in their World Wide Web. So he's
amazing. You have such
he's trying to stop that. So yeah, it's being read by Paul Scheer and Greg Henry and a few other actors that comes out sometime soon, I hope.
Well, we know we're going to be fully entertained by all of your films, and we're still waiting on Mr. Coffee Time Travel Machine. So
absolutely.
that will happen, but thank you for showing your film. Congratulations.
Thank you, Danny. Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's really great.
Awesome, man.
Appreciate it.